Good to be with you this evening. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Don Hudson. Thank you for joining us. We want to begin with some breaking news here at 5. The Utah County Sheriff's Office says a body found in American Fork Canyon could be that of missing woman Jerica Binks.
Binks vanished on a jog through the canyon more than 1 year ago. ABC4's Brittany Johnson is live with what authorities are saying tonight. Brittany.
Well, Emily and Don, I can tell you that only the climbers with the most experience would go up to this part of the ravine where the human remains were found. They were found in an extremely rugged and steep part of the ravine, about 850 feet above the canyon floor. I do want to show you a photo of the area tweeted out by the sheriff's office today. Sheriffs say a climber called them last night after he noticed the body. Investigators came out and searched the area today. They do have reason to believe the remains belong to 24-year-old Jerica Binks. Here's why. On February 18, 2018, Binks left her home near American Fork and was never seen or heard from again. Investigators believe the remains belong to her because several personal items were found that are consistent with descriptions of property known to be owned by her and described by family members and friends. Now, while there was evidence of injury, deputies say there's no evidence at this time to suggest foul play was involved in this death. The remains have been taken to the medical examiner's office for positive identification and cause of death. We'll have more on this at our 6 o'clock hour. But for now, reporting live from the mouth of American Fork Canyon, I'm Brittany Johnson, ABC4 News.
Brittany, thank you. Now to an in-depth look at the reports of sexual assaults happening at the University of Utah campus. It comes on the wake of a weekend's attempted sexual assault.
ABC4's Nicole Newman has been following this story since Saturday and joins us live in studio with a look at these numbers. Nicole?
Emily, Don, the statistics show an ongoing trend. Sexual assaults are happening both on and off campus at the University of Utah. Here's a look at the numbers. 18 in 2015, 8 in 2016, 15 in 2017. That's combined for a total of 41 rapes on and off campus within the past 4 years at or near the University of Utah. These numbers don't include 2018. That data won't be available until September of this year. It's when the university releases its annual security and fire report. However, ABC4 was able to obtain numbers for 2019. There have been 7 reports of incidents that include sexual battery, lewdness, and 2 assaults. One alleged that happened on March 25th, and the most recent, an attempted sexual assault that happened early Saturday morning near Rice-Eccles Stadium. The news has students shaken.
For me personally, it's a really scary reality that I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with.
Both cases are still open investigations. Following the March attack, the university says it's increased the number of officers and security staff patrolling campus in an effort to help provide safety escorts.
I think that it's really widespread, and I think it's shockingly widespread. I think that, most media outlets don't really like to talk about it, and most universities don't like to talk about it because at a lot of places, it's kind of just pushed under the rug.
The rise in sexual assault is a growing problem on college campuses nationwide. According to the national average, college women are twice as likely to be sexually assaulted than robbed. This is all according to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. It's the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. Now, I did request an interview with the university for a representative to help provide a more in-depth look at these statistics. I was told the person I needed to speak with was out today. In the meantime, the university says as it investigates these 2 open cases, there isn't evidence to indicate they are related. Back to you.
We now know the identity of a man found fatally shot this morning in the street near 1000 West and 1600 South in Salt Lake City. Police say he is 41-year-old Gerald Ohlweiler.
Yeah, police found his body while responding to a 911 call of shots fired, they say. ABC4's Jason Wynn has the story.
Detectives say that the rain hindered some of their investigative efforts this morning. Right now, they're talking to witnesses, hoping that they'll shed some light on what happened around 4:30. Police say several people called in the moment shots were fired here along Winco Drive.
Upon arrival, they found a body in the street. Confirmed it was a deceased individual.
Officers say the man was found on the street near Winco Circle. Crime scene techs scoured the area looking for any type of evidence they could because police say the morning's rain washed some of it away.
We have to take our time. We have to be diligent and very thorough, especially with this weather here.
Officers in techs were seen taking photos of the area homes and vehicles in the neighborhood where the shooting occurred. Police say this is an isolated case.
Our homicide, yeah, they will tap into the gang detectives for assistance.
Till then, police are going door to door looking for potential witnesses.
Anybody in this community on this block, if you've heard anything, seen anything, please give us a call.
Again, that was Jason Wynn reporting. We have just learned, or we should mention, that Ohlweiler has a lengthy criminal background, was most recently released from prison in May of 2018. And as we learn more details about both the victim and exactly what happened out there, we'll share those with you here during our newscast and online at abc4.com.
Well, the rain keeps coming. The snow in the mountain is starting to melt, and river levels, of course, are rising with all the water.
Yeah, ABC4's Nick McGurk live in Big Cottonwood Creek with more on what this means for our rivers and our streams. Nick.
Well, the rain has stopped here over the last half an hour, but you can definitely see and hear Big Cottonwood Creek rushing behind me. And that's kind of the headline here. Rivers and creeks around our state are already rising, and the snowpack hasn't even begun to melt yet. In fact, it continues to grow. We spoke with the National Weather Service today and UFA, and they're telling us this: the water right now is ice cold, moving water, far more dangerous than it ever looks. And get this, our snowpack is at 150 to 200% of normal compared to last year. A lot depends on the melt cycle in the mountains, because a fast melt means big danger.
If we stay really cold, cool up through April, early May, and then we turn the heat on, that's a bad scenario.
When the melt happens, there's a lot of potential for these creeks to get flooded. And when that happens, there's a real danger that exists there.
It is going to be an interesting spring, that is for sure. We spoke with the National Weather Service. They gave us an interesting little fact. They said when you get into summertime, we're still going to be seeing snow in the mountains, and that's just how much snow we have there. So coming up at 6, I'll give you the month they told us that we can expect to see snow into the mountains, and it definitely is getting into summertime. We're live in Cottonwood Heights. I'm Nick McGurk, ABC4 News.
Thank you so much, Nick. Well, yeah, now time to look actually at the weather, which was raining most of today. Every time I got in the car, it was raining.
It was like Seattle winter.
Right.
Seattle winter in Salt Lake. Dan.
Just stayed all day long. And look at some of these totals, and we expect double what you're seeing here tomorrow. That means we're only 1/3 of the way through. 0.88 in Huntsville. 3/4 of an inch in a lot of places. The airport nearly 1/2 inch. In West Jordan, 0.62. Here's the rain right now, moving from southwest to northeast. And as Nick indicated, starting to break up a little bit. And you can see that here on the radar. Let's get in a little bit closer. Still some light rain from Layton to Farmington, Bountiful. By the way, the mountains in Davis County, 2 inches of water. And we get up here to Mount Ben Lomond, 2.10 inches of water. That is a ton of mixed rain and snow. Alta picked up about 5 inches of snow, but it was very, very wet snow. And as you can see, this storm system coming in tomorrow, it's going to be a big one. We'll have the details on it coming up in Utah's most accurate forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Dan, we look forward to it. Thank you. Well, an update to a story we brought you over the weekend. The suspect in a vehicle theft in southern Utah has been located and taken into custody. Police saying the suspect stole a vehicle, then ran from the car into a neighborhood near 700 West and 100 North. Police asked residents to remain indoors as they swarmed the neighborhood in search of the man. Again, tonight, he is in police custody.
A waiver hearing for the man accused of killing a Provo officer held today. 40-year-old Matt Frank Hoover has an extensive criminal history, includes felony drug possession way back in 1997. Since then, Hoover has been in and out of prison and jail several times, was found guilty of charges like theft, burglary, all while on parole.
And new developments tonight as the Justice Department announces Attorney General Bill Barr is set to release Special Counsel Robert Mueller's redacted report to Congress and to the public on Thursday. The nearly 400-page report centers on the investigation into possible collusion between President Trump's election campaign and Russia. Last month, Barr released a summary of Mueller's principal conclusions, which stated the investigation did not establish a criminal conspiracy. The White House says it wants total transparency.
The president has been clear he wants transparency throughout the process, but the president's 100% right. Once they get the report and they see what the summary has already laid out, that there was no collusion, there is no obstruction, it's time to move on.
Trump and his allies have claimed, quote, total exoneration in the wake of Barr's letter. But Democrats have said they don't trust Barr to accurately describe Mueller's findings. Many are pushing to see an unredacted copy of the 400-page report.
Well, today the plan to bus immigrants, illegal immigrants, from the border to sanctuary cities is one option still on the table, at least for the White House, according to aides, as they deal with the influx of illegal immigrants at the southern border. The White House saying this plan isn't their first choice, but the president has said he likes the idea, and the president himself has actually been pushing it.
And they want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people.
The president's top aides saying their plan is being re-examined, even though the Department of Homeland Security called it illegal. Twice community leaders from Chicago to California have reacted with open arms. What remains to be seen is how the policy, which runs counter to President Trump's immigration crackdown, will make deportations more difficult. A tragic day in Paris and for many around the world as flames ripped through the historic Notre Dame Cathedral. Social media reports of the fire spread quickly as the fire itself was spreading. A huge crowd of onlookers watched in shock and dismay. Officials say 400 firefighters are on that scene. It is unknown what caused the fire. However, the cathedral has been surrounded by scaffolding and was under construction. A Paris prosecutor has opened an investigation into the fire.
So tragic. All right, well, it's tax day today, which means if you've put off filing your 2018 taxes, you have until midnight to do it or file for an extension, of course. And thanks to tax reform, the rules are a little different this year. Many have been surprised because new federal tax laws did away with personal exemptions and put new limits on itemized deductions like charitable donations. That affects large families as well. This year, child tax credits doubled, but experts say that also means state taxes you owe could be higher.
Generally, those people with 2 children had kind of a wash. If you had fewer than 2 children, you'd see kind of additional tax credit. And if you had more than 2 children, you would end up paying more with it because you had a smaller tax credit.
The state reduced income tax from 5% to 4.95%, but experts say that likely will not help large families affected by higher taxes. Coming up tonight at 6, what experts say you should do to lower your tax bill.
You know, lawmakers from both parties are sponsoring a bill to expand the electric vehicle tax credit to try to help American car makers make and sell thousands of these cars. Now, consumers who buy them will get $7,000 of tax credits. A Michigan senator wants to expand the 2008 electric vehicle tax credit. The renewed plan could help car companies like GM, Tesla, and Ford sell an additional 400,000 electric cars.
We can create jobs in Michigan and tackle carbon pollution at the same time.
Now, the plan has support again from lawmakers both sides of the aisle, but not from the White House. The president wants to cut the program. His administration says the tax credits will cost taxpayers $2.5 billion over the next decade and will likely pass the Democrat-controlled House, but likely to face opposition in the Senate.
Well, one of the biggest tech crazes of last year, the electric scooters, and they've made their way to southern Utah since the e-scooter launch event in St. George last month. City officials say riders have taken over 14,000 rides, more than 14,000 rides with the spin scooters. The scooters cost $1 to activate and 15 cents a minute afterwards. Dixie State University students make up the vast majority of riders in town, authorities say. City officials hope the scooters could help solve some of the parking problems at the university.
If I just have to run somewhere on campus for real quick, it's nice to not have to spend 10 minutes walking to the other side of campus.
Soon enough, there's going to be no need to walk. We'll just scoot everywhere. St. George received $1 per deployed scooter per day and will use the funds to improve infrastructure for bikes, pedestrians, and scooters. Officials saying they expect to receive more than $100,000 annually.
All right, still to come as thousands are expected to attend Fan X this weekend. What you need to know if you plan to ride transit into Salt Lake City.
Plus, most of us run for our health, but what about running for our lives? As a new study is finding out a potential tip to a longer life.
There's no doubt about it. We have ourselves the rain event of April. And it's been wet so far this month, and this is the biggest storm yet. I'll have all the details on a wet day tomorrow in Utah's most accurate forecast.
Brought to you by Hoops Vision. Get LASIK. Get focused.
Introducing Papa John's new Ultimate Pepperoni, the pizza pepperoni fans have been craving, with 30% more pepperoni than our traditional pie, over 3 signature cheeses. Try all 6 new specialties and get any large for just $12. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
There was a time when the word neighbor meant a helping hand, dependable people, a trusted handshake. At Point S Tire and Auto, it still does. We live here, proud to be your neighbor and locally owned. Expert help for you and what you drive. The right tires for how and where you drive. Certified technicians to fix things right. And always a solid handshake you can trust. Get to the point. Point S Tire and Auto Service. Expert service. Guaranteed.
My dental problems started as a child. Had a lot of cavities, root canals. Eating anything cold, it would hurt so bad. With dentures, they never fit properly. My confidence was really down. Always covering my face when I laughed. So I went in for a free consultation with Clear Choice.
People come in with bad teeth or no teeth and in one day leave with the smile that they are looking for.
The Clear Choice one-day approach is making dental implants a reality for people all over the country who suffer from missing or failing teeth.
They put these beautiful teeth in my mouth, and I can eat ice cream. I can eat corn on the cob now.
With over 30,000 new smiles across our network, we're lifting spirits and confidence all over America. Schedule your free consultation today. We'll even talk about financing options.
I've never felt better than I do right now. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life for myself. Everybody tells me, you look 10 years younger. Thank you, Clear Choice.
Call Clear Choice today.
Share in a thrilling evening of physical feats with Cirque Acrobatics and Classical Dance as the Utah Symphony performs Cirque dances with Troupe Vertigo, April 19th and 20th at Abravanel Hall. For tickets, visit utahsymphony.org.
When you're seriously injured in an accident, your whole world can feel like it just stops. Don't face the insurance companies alone. We'll even come to you for your free consultation. Call Robert J. DeBryan Associates today.
No one gets a diploma alone. You need support.
You're watching ABC 4 News with Don Hudson, Emily Flores, and Dan Pope.
Welcome back. If you plan to ride transit this weekend into Salt Lake City, or if you plan to go to FanX, there are a few things you should know. UTA is saying that you should expect increased tax services both Friday and Saturday. Well, on Friday, longer trains will run on all blue, red, and green lines all day. Those will still be running at their normal 15-minute intervals. Then on Saturday, the blue line will be running with 10-minute services from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. Longer trains will also be running on blue and green lines.
Now to a health alert. Utah has been listed as moderate in terms of flu activity for the first time this season, and now the state has a new way to actually treat the flu. So Fluzza was approved last October and is now available here in the state. Now, compared to other types of treatments, the medication is taken as a single oral dose, and in the trials, those who were treated with Fluzza lowered their risk for serious complications and recovered quicker from the flu.
In a health alert tonight, research says running can help us live longer. Several studies have looked running and its effect on our heart health. One study looks at more than 55,000 runners between the ages of 18 and 100 and found that running just 5 to 10 minutes every day, even at slow speeds, was associated with reduced risk of death and heart disease.
It's the aerobic exercise that exercises the heart muscle, just like doing barbells is going to exercise your arm muscles. It's the same thing, and so that exercise for the heart muscle is what seems to keep us around longer.
Pretty important. Well, like any exercise, experts say it's important to take it slow if you're just starting out. Well, we're following severe weather in the Midwest. Look at these images. This is where police in Mississippi were able to save a woman and a girl from an SUV sinking in the floodwaters there. Officials in Pearl, just east of Jackson, say the woman drove the SUV into a flooded ditch. The water was so high, it's likely the driver just couldn't see the ditch. It was a terrifying moment, as we could all imagine. The driver could be heard crying as officers took her to safety. At least 8 people have died from the storms there so far.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast. Weather rate certified 8 years in a row.
8 people?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Starkville, a tornado. That's near Mississippi State. We had tornadoes in other places as a child, and a number of
Clearly enough
individuals.
rain to sink SUVs.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we never drive into water,
Right.
because we just simply don't know how deep it is. And more water on the way. This is what it looked like at the Hogle Zoo when the heavy rain pounded up to 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch in Immigration Canyon. That's a lot of water, and it's only 1/3 of what we expect will fall tomorrow. It is beautiful. It's wonderful. We need it. But sometimes I know a lot of you are saying, I'm kind of getting tired of the rain. I'd like to see some warm, sunny days. Well, we have a couple of them in the forecast, and I'll show them to you. But tonight, we are definitely under a very moist southwesterly flow. That's bringing in the showers. This is the main event. That's the cold front. That's going to arrive tomorrow morning, even tonight. Some of this area right here already producing widespread showers and thunderstorms near Elko. That's going to begin hitting us about 10 p.m. in Park Valley, about midnight in Logan. This is the rain right now. Most of it is light precipitation, light scattered showers, but heavier showers, even some thunderstorms out here. We've got one lightning strike in the last 15 minutes from Carlin to Elko and Battle Mountain. This is going to move into Lamoille and probably Wells within the hour, and more activity is expected. Temperatures are 58 in Elko ahead of that main cold front. We are 50, 79 in St. George, but 40 in Rock Springs. This cold front is going to bring those showers off again, on again tonight, but the heaviest amount will happen tomorrow, right around drive time. Here's our forecast, the Futurecast showing those showers and thunderstorms. This is 11 p.m. right there from Logan down to Ely. We are going to see snow in Ely. A winter weather advisory has been issued for snow, but most snow levels tonight are going to be 8,000 or 9,000 feet. Then they will drop to around 6,500 to 7,000 feet tomorrow. No snow expected in the valleys. Look how long that lingers over Ely. Precipitation heavy at times. And then 6 a.m., here it is, coming into the Salt Lake Valley. Precipitation locally heavy at times across northern Utah, the Uintas, Price, and Castle Country, extending south to Cedar City and St. George. The snow ends in the morning in Ely, but watch as this storm rakes its way through southern Utah. Showers and thunderstorms expected all the way to Blanding and Grand Junction, Moab. Richfield, lingering upper level shower. That should continue until 11 p.m. on Tuesday, and rainfall amounts are going to be substantial. In the meantime, nice weather Wednesday, warmer weather Thursday, and the warmest day of the year on Friday. But look at how much rain is expected. 0.99 in Salt Lake City, 1.6 in Kaysville, 1 inch in Logan. That's not snow, my friends. That's water. And in the mountains, it amounts to 6 to 12 inches above 8,500 feet. So Alta, pretty good snow coming your way. 0.19 in Price, 0.37 in Fillmore. Look at the numbers in Southern. How about Enterprise? 0.78 and 0.39 in Milford, a little less in the east. While the showers develop, maybe some thunder showers tonight, northeast Nevada, northwest Utah. Tomorrow, the thunderstorms pop up and they push all the way across southern Utah. Temperature-wise, we're going to be in the low 50s for all day long. If we're lucky, we'll reach 52. Mostly 40s all day long, and 40s and 50s across central and southern Utah. Those showers and storms coming in around midday and then working their way east to Blanding and Monticello late in the day. So St. George, we'll call for a windy day, 60 for a high, and then how about 81, 85 by Thursday, Friday, and then over the weekend, 84 on Saturday. Unfortunately, a storm comes in Sunday and brings a chance for a little Easter precipitation. Not big, just little. For us, the big rain tomorrow, big time warm up by Friday. Thursday, 65, 75 on Friday. That'll be the warmest day of the year. 71 Saturday, a slight chance. And Sunday, Easter Sunday, a pretty good chance we'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms.
Those egg hunts going to be wet.
A little wet.
Yeah, a little. Well,
soggy?
More in the afternoon than in the morning, okay? So we'll cross
exactly
our fingers.
When our family one is.
The wet grass.
The wet grass.
Yeah.
It's the smile on your face that'll bring you back to Performance Toyota Bountiful.
It's the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale. Save up to $200 on the Open Country All-Terrain 2, which has been one of our best sellers. Or get great savings on our popular Open Country MT tires. Now you can book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Your real estate agent found you a great new home. Funds are ready to wire to your lender. But are you certain they're going to a legitimate account? Scammers can intercept email and send fake emails posing as your agent, title company, or lender, changing important transaction details. Verify all information received via email by calling the title company or your licensed real estate agent. Learn how to avoid becoming a victim of this common email scam. Log on to realestate.utah.gov to learn more.
With the Hyundai Sonata, you always get a great deal more than just a great deal, like voice control navigation. And with the money you save, you can put that high tech to good use.
Find nearby Mexican food.
Showing results. He means find Italian, please.
Showing results.
A Hyundai Sonata. The longer you look, oh, maybe Chinese. The more there is to like.
Showing results.
Lease the Sonata for just $189 a month or get 0.9% APR for 60 months. Only at your Utah Hyundai dealer.
Right now at Standard Optical, you can get 2 pair of glasses for just $89.95. And that includes fashion affordable frames and single vision plastic lenses in a wide variety of styles and looks. Or, if glasses just aren't your thing, why not consider Standard Optical's Custom View LASIK Vision Correction? It's more affordable than ever. In fact, payments start at $146 per month. Standard Optical, where good vision is always in fashion.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 What? What? It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
to learn more.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 on a set of some of our highest-rated tires. With the warranty we've stood behind for 65 years at no extra charge. Book your appointment today at leschwab.com.
Girls, come grab your jackets and your umbrellas. It's going to rain today.
Whatever your day brings, ABC4 has you covered. Connect with us at abc4.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Well, the Big Bear Lake Bald Eagles are starting their week as a new family after welcoming their first chick over the weekend. Now, new parents Jackie and Shadow, don't really know them, but I know their names, are guarding their baby in the nest right now.
Oh, sweet. Well, a crack in the eagle egg started to show on Saturday, and then by Sunday morning, the chick was stretching its wings and chirping. I think we're hearing little bits of it now. Okay, if you missed this chick hatch, there is the second egg that you see right next to it. We're watching it, which should hatch any day now.
Wow.
Oh, you really could just sit and watch that live feed, couldn't you? I could.
Those are beautiful birds. Beautiful birds.
The parents are just like going, oh, my life has just changed.
They don't even know. They don't even know.
Final forecast.
Show you a little look at tomorrow's rain. It's all day long, and it could be heavy both for the morning commute and the evening commute, so watch out for hydroplaning. Be prepared.
All right. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it. You can always catch us online at abc4.com until we see you again at 6.